Justin Mateen, and other early
What were they trying
stakeholders
to do?
compounded by broader legal and cultural fallout. Mateen, Tinder's co-founder and early head of
Why do
marketing,
they look like the same guy with like different like like if you had like on Nintendo Wii, they look like the same meat with the different hair settings and different outfits. Bruh.
is banned from
What's up, guys? We got a new channel on the channel today, and it's gonna be from the business files. We got the downfall of Tinder explained in 11 minutes. Now, if y'all don't know about like the whole thing, problem with dating apps and all that, you should definitely look into it. I'm sure you probably have your own gripes with it and experiences if you are like in that phase of dating and things like that. But I'm way past that at this point. If you saw that video about the AI girlfriends, you already know a little bit of my history on that, but um, or have you seen me, on reality TV dating and stuff like that? So let's see. We're gonna start this video now. Okay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
launch day. Tinder launches on
Ooh,
iOS on September 2012.
too low.
Built inside Hatch Labs, a
There we
Los
go.
Angeles tech incubator backed by IAC. The
Okay.
project starts
Yeah.
as Matchbox, then pivots sharply when engineer Jonathan Badin prototypes a simple
Matchbox, huh?
left-right swiping mechanic inspired by a deck of playing cards. The swipe
Okay.
becomes the app's central hook. Faster than typing, easier than reading bios, and crucially, addictive. Within
But
months,
yet
Sean
still
Rad
having
and his early
bios.
team promote Tinder on college campuses, handing out branded hot or not cards at USC fraternity houses
That's
to
crazy.
seed users and kickstart engagement. By early 2013, Tinder records over 350 million swipes per day,
That's so
outpacing
crazy.
internal growth expectations and catching the attention of venture capital. At the TechCrunch Crunchies Awards that year, Tinder wins Best New Startup, beating out a
Mm-hmm.
field of better-funded competitors. Its instant match design, stripped of complexity, becomes the
Yeah.
blueprint for a new generation of dating apps. The
And a
model
new
works
generation
because
of
it
trauma.
prioritizes scale over nuance. The more users, the more matches, and the more data. That growth lays the foundation for Tinder's global takeover, but also embeds the core problem it never solves.
What's
Swipe
that?
boom. By
The
2014,
swipe.
Tinder's daily swipe count crosses 1 billion,
1
marking a
billion.
near tripling of
I definitely
engagement from the
ran that
previous
number
year.
up
The
a little
app
bit.
tracks over 21
I
million
swiped on a
matches per
lot of
day,
apps. I
with
swiped on like
internal data
every
showing that
match, every
60% of
app.
users are under
I was grinding
25. Its low-friction
like a couple years
interface,
ago.
driven by visuals and rapid interaction, appeals most to college students and young professionals who treat the app as both entertainment and dating tool. Because each swipe offers immediate feedback, Tinder operates more like a game than a matchmaking service, rewarding
Yeah,
volume over selectivity. This
yeah.
dynamic intensifies during high-traffic cultural
Quality,
moments. On
quantity
Super
over
Bowl
quality.
weekend in February 2015, Tinder records a 50% spike in user activity,
If y'all know,
driven by
like Hinge
concentrated
is way
travel,
better for that.
group gatherings, and
It used to
increased
be. I don't know
downtime.
how it is
By
now,
the end of that
but like
year,
when I
the
was
app
using it,
operates in
Hinge
over
had a lot better
190 countries and ranks among the most downloaded
turnover rate
lifestyle
for
apps on
good
both
matches.
iOS and Android. That dominance, however, pushes the
And
company to
run it back.
find new ways to
Like
monetize
I'm
attention
yapping
at
over it.
scale, triggering
There
its
we go.
first major structural shift, matchmaker money. In
Oh,
2015,
here we
Tinder
go. This is where everything.
introduces
This
its
is where
first paid
everything went
tier,
downhill.
Tinder Plus, marking a
Everything.
pivotal shift from growth-first strategy to monetization. Key features
Everything.
like Passport, which allows users to swipe in different cities, Boost, which elevates profile visibility,
My
and
friends ended up
Rewind,
doing that. A
which
couple of my boys.
reverses mistaken swipes,
They ended up swiping in the Philippines. One of them, one of them, he's actually married, or yeah, just married her recently, past couple weeks. They were talking for like the past 2 years, so like that part actually did work. That part actually did work. But that was a very niche situation. They got so lucky. I don't remember. Was it directly on Tinder? I think it was through the Tinder like passport match feature. I have to ask them, but it can work in very niche situations. Another one of my friends is talking to him, but I don't think they met on Tinder. I don't think they met on Tinder. I think it was through a different app.
are locked behind the paywall. The move positions Tinder not just as a dating tool, but as a gamified experience with purchasable advantages. Because the free version still
Hit a
drives
win,
high
baby.
engagement, the company splits the user base into casual swipers and paying power users without significantly
Paying
damaging
power
overall
users.
growth. 3 years later, Tinder Gold launches, adding a new tier that lets users see who's already liked them. a feature designed to shortcut the swipe loop entirely. The new tier succeeds immediately, pushing monthly revenue to $75
Yeah,
million
for
by
profit.
the end of 2019. From
For profit
2015
dating.
to
For profit dating. Honestly, here's a take right here though. You probably heard it somewhere, but for profit dating killed dating because now everyone, not everyone, but there's so many people that are now dating for profit. It's already a thing that people will like date for money and want to like marry up, so to speak, right? In terms of financial well offness. But like this literally created an entire generation of perpetuation of that. It fed into it so much, along with all the like the red pill, pink pill, manosphere, women content, whatever, all that stuff, and combined with this, created an entire generation of like people who want to like date for finances. And it's the economy too. Like the economy stuff for a lot of people, it's hard to be like, out on your own and actually doing stuff functionally. So like I get it, honestly, I get it. Like it is not lost on me. How did it just go up? I don't know how that just went on. But yeah, it's not lost on me at all. Like I often consider like how well off I have considered like how well off females are when looking to date them. I say females. Now people are gonna flame me for saying that. But like I just want to try to avoid buzzwords like the man this, woman that. But like I'm rambling right now. But I've definitely considered it, but it's not like it's not like it's different for me because I'm not gonna get into a whole bunch of detail about this, honestly. It's different for me because for me it's like, yo, I'm a certain weight. And so like I wanna, be with somebody who is also like, good at managing money, actually has a head on their shoulders for financial wellness and um not just like completely like out of it, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing to it. It's not necessarily like, oh, she's got to be a rich princess, and it's not like, oh, she can have nothing, she can be broke and dumb. It's neither of those. But I'm getting into a super tangent. This is not what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about the downfall of Tinder explained in 11 minutes. Okay.
2020, Match Group stock, Tinder's parent company,
Match Group.
rises by over 600%,
Trash group.
reflecting investor
More like
confidence in app-based romance as a scalable, profitable service. At peak usage, the average Tinder user spends 35 minutes per day swiping, placing it among the most time-consuming non-gaming apps on mobile. That time on platform figure becomes Tinder's most valuable metric and creates the attention economy trap it can't escape. Left swipe fatigue. By 2019, user fatigue begins to erode Tinder's momentum. A study
Yeah.
conducted that year finds that 72%
Dang,
of
that's
women
funny. I didn't
report
even get
feeling
into it
burnt
until after
out
that.
by dating apps, citing emotional exhaustion,
In
repetitive
2019, people
conversations,
were burnt
and a
out.
lack of meaningful outcomes. Internal
Dang.
usage data supports the trend.
I guess I'm just young.
4.16% of matches result in a conversation, and the average exchange ends in fewer than 12 messages. Because Tinder rewards volume over intent, users increasingly treat it as a passive activity, swiping out of habit rather than desire. The model breaks under its own scale. By 2020, the phrase swipe culture enters mainstream criticism, often linked to issues like choice
Swipe
overload and
culture.
shallow interaction. Users report infinite choice paralysis, a phenomenon where too many options reduce
Infinite
satisfaction
illusion of
and lower
choice.
follow-through. Gamified love. By design, Tinder's user experience mimics the variable reward system of a slot machine. Each swipe operates as a low-effort gamble, reinforced by occasional matches that deliver a quick dopamine hit. This feedback loop keeps users engaged regardless of romantic outcomes. A 2021 study confirms that swipe-based apps increase cortisol levels and lower self-esteem, particularly among high-frequency
That has
users who
been a
treat
thing.
the app as a
Why does it
distraction
look like
more
he's
than a
like
tool for connection. Because
snorting the
matches
apps,
require
bro?
minimal commitment,
What was
the
that,
act of
rap?
swiping becomes decoupled
He's
from
not lying
any
though.
real intention to date. MIT researchers find that 46% of Tinder users
Ah,
never plan to meet anyone in person,
that's
a
so
statistic
crazy.
that reframes the app as an entertainment platform rather than a matchmaking service. Internal behavior data backs this.
What was the
Never
percentage?
plan to meet
Half.
anyone in
Never
person,
intended.
a statistic that reframes
Wow.
the app as an entertainment
Oh my
platform
gosh.
rather than a
That's
matchmaking
sad,
service.
man. I
Internal
feel bad for
behavior
anybody
data
who's still
backs
on these
this up.
apps, man. Y'all
Users swipe
gotta,
more often when
if y'all
bored
are actually
than when
looking for
feeling
something,
lonely.
I
Over
feel
time,
bad.
Tinder
The dog
evolves
is
into a
playing around. I don't feel
self-esteem
bad.
engine where validation matters more than outcomes. One former developer refers to it as Vegas in your pocket, not as praise, but as a critique of its core mechanics. As this shift accelerates, the gap between user engagement and actual satisfaction widens, fueling the next major crisis point. In 2023, Tinder records a 21% year-over-year decline in usage among its 18-25 age group, once its most engaged
I was a part
demographic.
of that
Exit
decline.
surveys and user feedback cite the same issue. The
I
app
was a
feels
part of that
too
decline. I think that's
transactional,
when I
with too
uninstalled
few
it.
people looking for real connection. Because the interface reduces interaction to quick binary choices, Gen Z users begin rejecting the format entirely. Alternative platforms like BeReal and Discord, which emphasize shared
Be real.
context over
I've never
anonymous
seen
matching,
that.
grow in adoption across
Discord's crazy
campuses
though.
and youth
I
communities.
have seen the Discord
Copy-paste.
dating. I've actually joined a Discord like a couple years ago. I joined a Discord dating server. It was interesting. It was like it's kind of exactly what you would expect of like the online relationship type thing. People got their Discord kittens and all that. It was quite a time. I initially did it as an experiment. I wasn't really expecting much out of it. I was just like, you know what? Let's go for this, right? Along with the AI thing that I was talking about. Just to like see what was up with it. Because at that point, bro, I would take anything over like the standard swipe, talk for a second and ghost. Bro, I'm telling you. So like it was a tough time. But yeah, let's continue.
Competition. By 2022, Tinder no longer leads innovation in the dating app space. Hinge grows 344%
Yep. Hinge
faster
took
that year,
over.
driven by features like voice
That's when I
prompts,
switched over to
intent
Hinge.
filters, and in-app video dates, each one designed to prioritize
2023, I think,
conversation
was
over
when I
swiping.
uninstalled
Meanwhile,
Tinder
Bumble,
and
which
then kept I
IPOs
like
at a
doubled down
$13
on like
billion
Hinge.
valuation in 2021, expands aggressively into global markets while marketing itself as a platform for serious dating. Because competitors begin
Cap.
tailoring user experiences to intent, Tinder's one-size-fits-all swipe model starts to feel outdated. Newer entrants push even further. Thursday limits usage to 1 day per week
Thursday.
to encourage real-world follow-through, while
Oh
niche
wow.
platforms like Upward, Raya, and BLK grow rapidly by catering to
Never
specific
seen any of
communities.
these.
Tinder's own response, a speed chat feature called Hot Takes,
Raya
launches
and
in
the Last Dragon.
2021 but fails to gain traction and is quietly
Yeah, Tinder was just
deprioritized
for
within
fun, bro.
months. By copying trends
All
instead of
those little
setting
games
them,
and stuff they
Tinder
had.
slips from category leader to legacy product. As feature fatigue sets in, bot problems adds another layer of instability. Bot problem. By
Yeah.
2023, evidence mounts that Tinder is struggling with rising bot activity. A
Mm.
2022 analysis by cybersecurity firm Check
What's
estimates that
that?
up to 10% of profiles across major dating apps are fake,
10%?
figures that apply similarly to Tinder, based on user reports and platform audits. Common
10%
scams
is
include
crazy.
fake crypto traders, phishing links embedded in chat prompts.
Oh, the Tinder swindler. I remember him. Yo, I watched a documentary on him. It was on was it on Netflix? Did y'all see that? The Tinder swindler, bro. That's gonna go down in this era, man. Tinder phishing in Russia, bro.
And profiles designed to funnel users towards subscription content like OnlyFans. Because
Yup.
Tinder primarily relies on algorithmic moderation rather than mandatory identity verification, many of these bot accounts persist even when they violate platform rules. Competitor
That's so
platforms
crazy.
respond more quickly. Bumble has offered selfie-based verification since 2016, and Hinge introduces a similar feature in early 2023. Tinder begins testing photo verification in 2020, but the global rollout remains limited and inconsistent. Meanwhile, the U.S. Federal Trade
10% is crazy.
Commission reports a record $1.3 billion lost to romance scams in 2022.
Damn.
Much of it
Hold up. Y'all lost 1.3 bill on these scams? That's crazy, bro. Shoot, honestly, y'all give me half of that. I'll make an actual dating app that's meant for people to actually date on it. It's not gonna be for profit. It's not gonna be none of that, bro. I would invest like a year of my life into building something like that. No more than a year, probably.
tied to
Because
interaction.
it's not that hard, honestly. Like the platforms, the APIs and stuff, it's all there. But like the information and all that, it's all there. I could put together a team, but like the main problem with dating apps isn't the actual like infrastructure of it. It's the actual ethics and the modus operandi that they operate under. It's not meant for people to actually find people. It's meant majority of them for to actually make money and keep people from finding people so they can keep them on the app and keep making money.
On dating apps. As trust
Scammers, man.
declines, so does Tinder's appeal to the user base that wants to find it. CEO Chaos. Tinder's executive instability begins with the ousting of co-founder Sean Rad in 2016.
Mm.
He briefly returns, only to be removed again by
Excuse
Match
me.
Group as internal disputes escalate. By 2020, the company
What is he
cycles
trying to
through
do?
5 CEOs in under 2 years, disrupting long-term
What?
planning and stalling product
5 and
innovation.
2 years
The
is crazy.
instability traces back to unresolved power struggles most, notably between Rad, Justin Mateen, and other early
What was he trying
stakeholders
to do?
compounded by broader legal and cultural fallout. Mateen, Tinder's co-founder and early head of
Why do
marketing,
they look like the same guy with like different like like if you had like on Nintendo Wii, they look like the same me with the different hair settings and different outfits. Bruh.
is banned from the company after a
Ban?
2014 sexual harassment scandal
Oh, get him
involving
out of
then
here.
VP Whitney Wolf Herd. Wolf Herd departs
Hold on, bro. You're running a dating app company and you get clapped up for SA? Huh? Huh? You have unlimited matches that you could like actually get for yourself if you wanted to use like a secret version of the app to roll out for yourself to match with people who you would be compatible with. Yeah, you choose to SA. That's so crazy. Or SH, I should say. Not SA, because it's not, I'm not gonna put that on his name if it wasn't you know, that level. But SH, bro, come on
shortly
now.
after and launches Bumble, a direct competitor that
Oh yeah, she
repositions
did.
dating app dynamics by giving women control of first
That's crazy.
contact. As Bumble gains market
Yo, was
share,
that like a trauma response? Did she create? Yo, did she create Bumble as a trauma response to being sexually harassed? And then she was like, yo, I don't want to be sexually harassed and I don't want other women to be sexually harassed. So I'm going to start Bumble so that the women have the power. Yo, that's crazy. But that do be how businesses be starting though.
Tinder faces reputational and legal pressure from within. In 2018,
So a lot of
a
stuff
group
be
of
starting.
early Tinder employees, including Rad, sue Match Group for $2 billion, alleging the company deliberately undervalued the app to deny them equity payouts. The lawsuit drags for years, revealing internal emails
my
that
head.
further damage public perception. As executives cycle in and out, innovation slows, and core product development takes a backseat to damage control. Just as Tinder's AI era begins to roll out, AI Love Era. In 2023,
Whoa,
Tinder begins
AI?
integrating artificial intelligence tools directly into its core
Really?
user experience.
This
The
was after
platform
I
rolls out
left, so I
AI-assisted
didn't see
profile
this.
writing, offering pre-generated prompts and bios tailored to user behavior. A separate feature uses machine learning to auto-select each user's best photo based on swipe
I've
data,
seen that on
lighting
like
analysis,
Facebook
and
dating.
historical performance. Later that year, AI-based match suggestions expand beyond proximity and looks, drawing on shared interests and chat history to generate compatibility scores. These tools aim to reduce decision fatigue and boost match quality, but the results don't align with user expectations. A majority of users report the opposite effect. In a follow-up study, 63% say that AI features make Tinder feel more robotic and less personal. Critics argue the
Understandable.
platform now feels even
It
more
is.
artificial than before,
It was already,
replacing
but
spontaneity with algorithmic guesswork. The
however you
AI
can do it, it
rollout
works.
also
It's
fails
crazy.
to address long-standing issues like ghosting, shallow conversations, and lack of follow-through
That's
after
people, bro.
matches. For
That's people, bro. Honestly, that's just people. There's little that the app can do aside from like its core design functionality. Like if they're hooking people up to play games, then it's just gonna keep happening. But if they actually transform the app to match people and meet people who are gonna be compatible and are gonna actually talk for a while, then you can actually cut down on that. But like a majority of it is like the structure on which it's built, and then the people that are on it, you know.
many users, it's not that AI is too powerful, it's that it solves the wrong problem. Dead app walking. By early 2025, Tinder's decline moves from sentiment to data. Global
That's
app
crazy.
downloads fall 28% year over year, marking the steepest drop since the app's launch in
Let's
2012.
go.
The weak enforceability of Tinder's core swipe patent has opened the market to clones and competitors. Because the swipe no longer belongs exclusively to Tinder, the feature
They
that
just
wants
pulled
to
up to
find
drop
modern
the swipe
dating
and
becomes
dip.
a commodity. The dating app landscape has changed, and Tinder hasn't kept up. So what do you think
Yeah.
about the downfall of Tinder? If you liked this video,
I
hit
think
that
it's
like
it's
button
good. I
and
think it's
subscribe for
warranted. I
more
think.
awesome content. See you
Yeah, I
guys.
appreciate you, man. Good video, man. That was a dope video. But like, yo, my thing. Oh, yo, that was gonna be a cool visual venture video. Omega, hold on. We'll watch that later. But let me give my opinion on that. Honestly, I'm glad that like Tinder's gone or declining. It's not gone, but it's declining because it's gonna do one of two things, right? It's either gonna make it so that they're gonna have to change and have to rebrand if they want to stay relevant and stay back in the game, and they're gonna have to actually start doing better things for the community, or excuse me, or it's just gonna fall out of favor entirely, and that's gonna be good for people because it's gonna like people are gonna either have to go other places or they're just gonna get off the apps entirely, and it's gonna create better interaction, more interaction in the social space in general, so that people can actually form real connections instead of these like swipe based gamified connections, which is a cool thing. Like I like it for the fact of convenience, but like would it when people don't step away from like the convenience factor of it, um, it just perpetuates itself. And I feel like a lot of people are just not there yet from looking at it at an objective standpoint. But that's my take on it. Hey, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. That's gonna be it for me for right now. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below what your thoughts are, subscribe, and subscribe to who was that? I gotta go back.
Launch
What's his
day.
name?
Tinder launches on iOS on September
It's like the business
2012.
files, right? Yeah. Go subscribe to the homie the business files, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Bye.